morning, treasurers. This is your host, Parthesh Shah, co-founder of Fintech, and you are listening to Night Snippets. Here is what you need to know before going into trade for 17th August 2021. Before we start today's podcast, there is an important announcement. Knight Research team has organized an event on debt market outlook with DSP fund managers today at 5:30 p.m. Login link will be sent to your WhatsApp numbers very soon. Do join to have an enriching knowledge session with DSP mutual fund team and to get your queries resolved. Now, coming back to the international market, the consumer sentiment index tumbled to 70.2 in August, almost 13% fall versus 81.2 last month and below April 2020, the pandemic month mark of 71.8. That was the lowest of the pandemic era. Based on the news of falling consumer sentiment index, US 10-year continued their fall as well. US 10-year closed at 126 and 30-year at 192 on Friday. Please note that last week US 10-year saw a high yield of 136 and now trading at 126. But after very weak consumer sentiment readings, yields have fallen. Watch out! Federal Reserve's minutes of meeting on Wednesday. Knight Research team expects no major movement from Fed meeting minutes. In the crude oil market, crude is trading at $69.67 per barrel. Short-term range for crude is 70 to 75. Main reason for crude oil fall in the recent month? Fear of Delta variants and reduced imports from Asian and American countries. Biden administration also has announced that it has pleaded with OPEC Plus members to increase oil production to stem inflationary pressures from rising domestic gasoline prices. The same situation India is facing. In the currency market, dollar index is at 92.66. DXY's today's range seems to be 92.32 to 92.81. USD CNY or Chinese yuan is at 648. USD INR with a high of 74.32 closed at 74.24. Daily lower lows are getting formed. Support at 74.10 and resistance at 74.40 does exist for USD INR. Trading idea, USD INR is looking strong and will try to touch 74.10 very soon. As far as the domestic market is concerned, as we had said in the last podcast, that CPI will be positive for the market with 2 to 3 basis points gain, and it has indeed helped to market to recover some losses. CPI came at 559 in line with expectations, which boosted the market sentiment and allowed traders to take new, fresh positions. 563 2026 closed at 573 versus 574 the previous trading day. 664 2035 closed at 686 versus 687 the previous trading day. In the last 3 trading sessions, we have gained approx 3 basis points for all the maturities. Now, 13th August 2021, GSEC auction analysis. 563 GS 2026 cutoff came at 575. GUI FRB 2033 at 458. 664 2035 cutoff at 686. Analysis of very good auction with enthusiastic participation and no devolvement or no cancellation. Green shoe options were exercised in the tunes of approx 6,000 crores. After CPI at 559, it has given boost to traders in believing RBI's transitory inflation theory. At the same time, traders have now started expecting the policy normalization to happen in the last quarter of FY22, which is Q4 FY22 instead of Q3 FY22, as RBI has a room to accommodate for growth as CPI is still under 6% mark. The surplus liquidity is abundant, and even after 2.5 lakh crore VRR at 343, market is flooded with liquidity from T-bill maturities to GSEC. Trading strategy for GSEC, GS 2031 is at 624. We had an exit for all of our clients at 623 for 610 2031 with approx 10 to 12 paisa gain. We still feel 610 2031 at 624 is an attractive buying opportunity with 621 as target. Knight Research team will guide for an entry once again. Trading strategy for 610 2031 range is 620 to 625. Again reiterating, debt market outlook session by DSP fund managers today at 5:30 p.m. Do join us. See you tomorrow with a new episode of Night Snippets. Till then.